There is a guy who is celebrating today. This is sports dirt as well. He's set a Guinness record for pushing quintuplets through a half marathon. He pushed all 5 kids through a half marathon.
They better be his own if this is that joker who just goes around breaking records.
And stealing kids?
Right. He didn't just grab a stroller.
Does anyone have some quintuplets I can borrow?
Or give me just 5 the same age. Close. Even close.
You know, I'm talking about the guy who does the pogo sticking.
Yeah, I know
and
the guy.
Is this that guy?
No.
The M&M stacker.
I don't think this is that guy.
It better not be. He's on my nerves.
His name is Chad Kimple, and he had set the previous record for a 10K race and a full marathon, pushing his 5 children. They're quintuplets. They're getting older now.
How does a stroller? Is it 2-2-1 or 1-2-2? What's your aerodynamics?
I have not seen
2,
it.
1,
Is
2?
it 5 across? It can't be 5
Is
across.
it 3 deep and
2,
5 get used and
like
one's
a-
empty?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Puts his water bottle in the 6th one?
He did the thing in 2 hours and 19 minutes, which is awfully
It's
good.
a great time.
For pushing the stroller. This is him.
While I'm out there, I'm thinking about what the kids went through when Amy was pregnant with them, and then what Amy went through, and they really showed me that anything is possible.
Of course, with quintuplets, they had problems at the birth and everything, but they're all healthy now, and he's pushing them through and done all these records in these races. It's pretty
For
impressive.
these kids.
They're his. They're his, yeah.
But all 5 of them sat through this run?
Yeah, for 2 hours and 19 minutes, yeah. And it had to be. For Guinness to officiate it and say yes to it, they did it. That's right.
Kids can't sit still for 2 minutes, much less 2 hours.
He got them all through the stroller. And they're not just quadruplets, quintuplets. 5 of them at once. Although, I'll tell you this. I did the run on the runway on Saturday. That was a 5K or 10K race.
What did you select?
I went with the 5 this year.
Okay.
I decided I want a little sprint instead of a long form race. And I got done with it and sprinted right to the shuttle bus to take me right back to the car.
Get me out of here. How would you say your time was? Were you pleased?
Were you faster or slower than a FedEx jet?
I'm glad you asked. I chose not to be timed.
Oh, you can do that.
Smart.
They said, "Would you like a chip for your shoe?" I said, "No,
No.
I don't want
Would
to
you like a chip? Yes, I would.
That's what you want, Russia.
Yeah,
I'm here for the nonprofit.
Would you like a chip? Yes. For your shoe?
No. I thought you. No.
I thought you meant potato chips. Right. I'm not going to be timed. I'm not going to do that. And they said, all runners line up, and I did. And somebody said, "Where's your chip?" I said, "I choose not to be timed." And so I ran it. I thought there'd be a big clock at the end. They don't have those anymore.
Oh, really?
There's no big clock. I think it goes right to your phone, how fast you were.
You're kidding. That's what.
That's what makes it
Wow.
sexy.
Well, they had a 10K and a 5K and like a 1 mile fun run going on at the same time. So I guess, they used to have different clocks for all 3.
You couldn't keep everybody straight.
I guess. And,
Is there one start time?
no, the 10K was at 9 a.m. The 5K was like 9:25. And then the 1 mile was another 15 minutes after that.
Okay.
And, what you have to do is you have to go by a certain point. They got it really down to the wire, to the exact now, because like I was way back in the pack. So people went by the start line before I did. But if I had been chipped, as soon as you step across one step, that's when your time starts.
So your clock doesn't start when the gun goes off.
Everybody starts at 0, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you start at 0 no matter when, because I was,
Yeah, even if you're 50 yards back.
Right. And so the race started, 45 seconds before I got up there. I chose not to look, and there is no way I could look because I have no chip.
People say you're not a giver, Kelly. But
Exactly.
Are you? I'm trying to remember the timing of all this. Are you limping across the finish line of the group weight loss challenge?
It's done. It's done. Our group lost. We did not, and I was the one that
you solely were the one.
I was.
You're sure of this?
They took my weights and my measurements on Thursday. I got on. This at the gym. This was a weight loss challenge.
Team challenge.
Challenge. And I had to do that thing where I put my thumbs in a certain place.
One in your mouth, one in your butt.
That's right. And the young woman, she said, "All right, step up on here." And they make you take a wipe.
One at a time, please. Not the whole team.
They make you take a wipe and wipe off the bottom of your feet.
Damn right.
So that because other
Are you barefoot?
Yeah, you're barefoot.
Oh God, I bet you love that.
It has sensors on where your feet go, and you put your thumbs in a certain place, and so you wipe off.
And you don't feel foolish doing this.
I think
I might win a T-shirt.
What a towel.
Wipe off the bottom of your feet. Now this is you talk about feeling foolish. I get on there and everything. The numbers come up. I can't see them. I don't have my glasses on. I can't see them. So she writes down, here was your starting weight and here was your finishing weight on a card. And she says, I can't say this out loud, but here it is. And I look at it. All I see are blurry numbers.
Oh, no.
Could you go across the room so I could read
I
that?
have no idea.
You don't bring your reading glasses into the gym with you?
No, I didn't.
Hey,
no,
work out with glasses on.
So I just go, okay. And she goes, all right. She goes, we'll do it again next year. I said, okay.
Thanks. With those numbers, you bet we will.
You know,
No idea.
doesn't matter who wins or loses.
And then people say, all weekend, people are like, how'd you do in the weight loss challenge? And I say, I'd rather not discuss it.
So do you have the card, or did you just
No, that stays in their possession. She wrote it down because it goes on the team thing. So she just wrote it down in front of me.
Will you ever know?
No.
Can you ever know?
No. I don't think I ever.
I don't think you want to know.
Probably not. And this goes right along with it. At that 5K race, where I saw a lot of people, by the way, pushing
Were you
strollers.
scraping off M&M
I'm telling you.
shell casings off your feet?
Yeah, I was like, okay, look.
I don't have the gut there.
This is embarrassing. Well, this is embarrassing. There were a lot of people pushing strollers at that thing at the 5K race.
Yeah, we do
and
that.
it was so windy and so cold. When I started the race, I was in a sweatshirt, hoodie. I had a long sleeve shirt under that and a short sleeve
I
shirt.
saw a picture of you. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I
I
was
did too.
really. I mean, I was
Yeah.
probably this. It's probably this. Anyway, it was Tar Heel, and so I run out halfway, and you do the turnaround. Well, now the wind's at your back. It's right in your face all the way, and unbelievably cold winds. And so I'm coming back, and the wind's behind me, and the sun's beating down. So I'm getting a little bit warm. So I decided to take off this sweatshirt
Okay.
as I'm going. But when I lift it up,
Oh, no.
my whole belly,
Everything come up.
All the under stuff?
yeah, and I'm running. I didn't stop. I wanted to keep my time. So I'm over my head, and other people coming toward me are like,
What's
"Oh
that guy
God,
doing?"
what's going on?"
Is that guy okay?
He's having a fit. Put a spoon under his tongue.
You're not supposed to do that anymore.
My God, and my nipples are just bouncing up and down. Everything's coming
Is that a
off.
streaker?
So awful. And a woman who had called us. She's 79.
Is there a bomb under there?
Absolutely terrible.
He's going to run toward the planes.
It's at an airport.
Yeah.
They had security detain me. They were like, "This is how dare you?"
would.
There's a woman who called us. She's 79 years old. They had broken the record for a. I don't know if you recall. She called us probably almost a year ago.
Yes.
She was there. She's such a delightful person. And she saw me and she said, "Chris, put your shirt back on. Please put your shirt back on." Do you know, now they broke a record, like a 76, 78, 79, and 80-year-old broke a record for a tandem mile in like 8 minutes and stuff. She was part of that. And they each run a quarter of the mile. And they did it in like 8 minutes and stuff. It's incredible for seniors. She had on a bracelet, which they gave her at this event, that half of it was made from minerals from the Dead Sea to remind you that at your lowest point, you can always get better. And half of it was made from waters from Mount Everest to say at your highest point, stay humble. And I just was like in awe of that. And I thought, well, Chris Demm would probably say, they sold you a bill of goods there. That's made of plastic.
Yeah.
But
Give me one of those, give me $5 in a claw machine, I'll get you one.
But
Water from Mount Everest.
that's what she
Who
said.
carries that down?
It's made of water.
It's urine.
It's made of water from Mount Everest, the highest point, and the Dead Sea minerals
to remind you you're
Yes.
going to be dead one
lowest
day.
point. At your lowest point, you can get better. At your highest point, be humble.
Be humble.
I thought that was really
It's
beautiful.
beautiful sentiment.
I agree. I'm
Now,
totally.
if I may, Kelly, just to jump back half a story,
Mm-hmm.
your kids are teenagers now,
Yeah.
but you've had an on and off fitness
Yes.
regimen.
Yes.
Did you and your wife ever purchase a jogging stroller?
Of course we did. Of course
Oh,
we
with the
did.
big
Did it
tires?
ever get used?
Of course it didn't. No. Yeah.
They
we
got
had
the thicker tires, the three-wheeler.
It's a three-wheeler, and we had them both in it at one point. I think we used it around Disney just because it was easier to get them both in it.
I hear they're easier to maneuver, right?
They are, yeah. I think that's where we used it. I tried jogging with it a time or two, but I didn't jog. And it's running outside is really tough. I do a lot of treadmill stuff. Running outside is completely different. And so, I mean, I was in awe of, especially the 79-year-old.
You treadmill indoors?
I do.
You rowboat indoors?
I do. Everything is done.
Pickles outdoors.
Yeah, that's right. But that's where I get my outdoor stuff. There's a guy. This is Sports Dirt. You remember a while back, Tom Brenneman wound up being fired from Fox. We've played this audio before. It's gone really famous online.
Oh, yeah. It's been on Christmas sweaters.
Yeah,
everything.
Biggie said it's been
Yeah.
on
That's right.
shirts before.
Brenneman had said during what he thought was a commercial break, but unbeknownst to him on a hot mic, that the team was next traveling to San Francisco. He's like, where are we going next? He had no idea. And they said San Francisco. And he called it the gay slur capital of America before he thought they were coming back from a break.
Capitals of the world. Reds Live, the pregame show presented.
So that moment, immediately everybody knew
Before
it.
the end of the game.
Before the end of the inning, they were tweeting.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what's going on with Tom Brenneman? So when Brenneman starts to apologize a couple innings later, he's thinking, this could be my last game, which it was. They fired him.
They didn't even finish the game, did he?
No. He left the broadcast booth, and that was the last we heard of him. Now he's doing high school football and baseball in Cincinnati, which is his true love.
He loves
Never
it.
been happier.
Right. He would be taking over for Joe Buck, who's now moved on from Fox. He would be calling the World Series this year.
Yeah, that lined up in a bad
Instead,
way
like
for
us,
him.
he'll be watching.
That's right. Be watching. Here's what happened. A guy named Nick Castellanos hit a home run.
I made a comment earlier tonight that I guess went out over the air that I am deeply ashamed of. If I have hurt anyone out there, I can't tell you how much I say from the bottom of my heart. I'm so very, very sorry. I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again.
No.
I don't know if it's going to be for the Reds. I don't know if it's going to be for
Now,
my
Castellanos,
boss
of course, is
Fox.
rounding third, and high fives,
Yeah.
everything.
Sign my paycheck.
With
Good
the meme is what? And there's a deep drive by Castellanos.
Yeah, anytime anybody says anything
Poignant.
it's
Yeah.
like, there's a deep drive by Castellanos. That's going to be a home run.
Like if we had last night in the middle of Will Smith's speech.
There's a drive by Castellanos.
Yeah, it's after he's smacked Chris Rock and then he's like, getting the award.
Yeah.
He'd say, you know, I'd like to apologize to the Academy, and there's a deep drive by Castellanos.
You can't do anything anymore. My son, we were watching NCAA basketball, and somebody had lost, or there was so much emotion, you know, like the St. Peter's team was there, and one of the dads was just crying, and I said, look at all that emotion. He's like, that's going to be a meme. And it's like, of course.
I'm sure he's right.
Of course. You can't show any emotion
The Chris
anymore.
Rock Will Smith thing's already a meme.
Oh,
all
yeah.
over the place.
You'll see that forever.
Of course. Well, during a spring training game between the Blue Jays and the Phillies, Castellanos now plays for the Phillies. And he got his first hit as a Philly while the Blue Jays announcers were talking about one of the Blue Jays coaches, the pitching coach, got picked up for a DUI. Mm-hmm. So they're in the middle of it.
And of course, Pete Walker was unfortunately arrested early Friday morning for driving under the influence, and he made a statement apologizing for his actions. Obviously a very, very significant situation with Pete Walker. Little looper, that's going to drop for a base hit. Castellanos reached out and poked it into right field. He picks up a 2-out base hit. Castellanos has been aboard twice now with a walk and a single.
Right in the middle of this DUI. Of course, it's a difficult. There's
Castellanos.
a liner out to right. Little looper. Castellanos. He's got a knack. This guy's got a knack.
He's like Abraham Lincoln's son. He's at all the assassinations.
He's just near history.
There he is in the background.
Hey! Wasn't there a Woody Allen movie, Zelig?
Yeah,
he just was near all the famous historical events.
Yeah, like Forrest Gump.
I'm telling you.
Like Gump.
If you ever want to apologize for anything, don't do it with Castellanos coming to play.
Yeah,
He'll
do it when he's in the field.
Right.
Or he'll make an unassisted triple play.
Yeah.
There's an unassisted triple play by Castellanos. My God, we've never seen anything like it.
Castellanos on fire.